Okay, good. Good day. My name is Atibe. I created Love as a KPI, and the premise is that when organizations are driven, like literally driven, primarily by love for people, it yields even better outcomes for the organizations themselves, financially, strategically, operationally, as well as those people. And people here are the categories of employee or customer or community member or any sort of shareholder. I do believe that when love is the driver, it yields better outcomes. And I think through this work, through this sort of platform where I'm able to share these thoughts, I've shared a definition of love. It's not a feeling, it's not an idea, it's a perspective, it's a posture, and it's the action that prioritizes the needs of others. And today I just want to share a quick thought on this notion, right? I think in previous videos, I've talked about, there are four areas that businesses or organizations transmit their perspective or their feelings or their posture towards people. One is leadership, so how we lead. Two is in the offerings, those are products, services, and experiences that we offer to customers. Three is in the value proposition, right? Both the value proposition in terms of what's the value and the nature of the value that we deliver. And last but not least is engagement. And I think today I just want to share just a quick thought on this notion of leadership, or this notion of leadership. So it all starts with leadership naturally. In love as a KPI, right? So there's the L, there's the O, there's the V, and the E, and what I just shared. It's intentional that the L part, the first part, is leadership, how we lead. For whatever reason, and I'm sure there's a lot of research that's been done on this that I myself need to read up on. But for whatever reason, we're all wired to take our cues on how we are and who we are from those in authority. It starts in childhood. As infants, we take our cues from parents. As children, we take our cues from parents. Sometimes as students, we take our cues from teachers, right? It's not crazy that many people share of a pivotal moment, whether a teacher said something negative to them, or like, for example, you would never become something, or a teacher said something amazing to them and believed in them, right? There's something about the human wiring where we take our cues of how we are and who we are from those in leadership and those in positions of authority over us. And so I often say about leadership that leadership is a weighty and consequential thing. It is not a casual thing. It's not a right to lead. It's a privilege, particularly if you have formal leadership responsibility over people, or you have formal leadership responsibility over something that impacts people. It's a consequential and a weighty thing. And so in this idea of love as a KPI, that's how does it practically work? It first and foremost starts with leaders, right? So can you see how love as a KPI can only go as far as if the leaders themselves, whether it's a leader of a people, a leader of product, a leader of processes, don't become themselves love and don't embark on that journey of transformation. And so this is a very quick thought, just to sort of double click a little bit, right? There's so much to share on this topic on love as a KPI. If we are measuring our impact as business leaders, can we also measure how we're leaving people? And that leaving people, first and foremost, starts with leadership. We can't circumvent the necessity of leadership. And so with that in mind, I am doing my very first, right, lots of firsts for me this year, my very first webinar or workshop on this topic. I've had so many interesting conversations with people across different industries and backgrounds on love as a KPI. And I thought the next step really is to provide a forum for discussion, for learning, to go a little bit deeper on this topic. But it first and foremost starts with leadership. So I invite everyone for whom this topic or this conversation resonates and who is curious as to what it means for them in their own capacity as a leader, whether you have formal leadership responsibility of a people or you don't, but you're influencing outcomes that impact people. What does love as a KPI mean, and how can it be a value add for whatever it is, literally whatever it is that you're doing, as long as that thing impacts people. So join on July 25th at 6:30 p.m. I'll put a link up there. But even if you're not able to join, do consider the first part of love as a KPI is the L, and it will always be about leadership. Thanks.